Hi everyone, it's Olivia from Girlybunches. I'm just going to do a tutorial on how to make this doily today. I've had a few requests on how to make a doily, so I hope you like this one, and I hope my tutorial makes sense. I shall put written instructions down below on what I did. I better write them down quick before I forget. That's easily done, and yeah, I hope you enjoy making it. Let me know how you get on, and here's the tutorial. So I'm going to start off with a magic loop, and I'm going to do 16 trebles into this loop here. So I'll do chain 3 to begin with, and then do another 15 trebles in, but that first 3 chains becomes a treble, just like we did with baby hats and the granny squares. Same principle. I will write this pattern out and put in the description down below, so you can see what I've you can read what I've done. What have I done here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be 15. One more, 16. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, there we go. So as always, we just take the tail and pull it, and that brings that round nicely. And slip stitch into the top of the chains, and there's our first round. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 3 to represent another treble, but I want to do a treble in each of the trebles from the row below, but I want one chain space between. So I've chained 3 and I'm just going to do one more, so that's 4, to do a space, and then just go in with the treble next to the on top of the treble from the row below. Okay, so that's one chain and then a treble into the top of the treble from the row below, and we just carry on doing that all the way around. So I'm using my computer screen there to cast a bit more light on the matter, as it were. But it keeps going on to sleep mode. Okay, nearly there, and there we go. Whoops. Oh, come on. There we go. One chain space, last treble, and then one more chain space, and then we'll just slip stitch into the top of that first set of 3 chains to finish off. Okay, and there we go. That's the first 2 rounds done. Okay, so we're going to do our third round now, and we're going to go and do 3 more chains to represent another treble, and then we're going to do 2 chains extra because I want 2 chains between each of the trebles for the next row. Okay, so that was 5 altogether there, and then we just do our treble into the top of the treble from the row below. So we're not doing anything different from what we've done before. You can see that with a focus. There we go. So then 2 chains and a treble, two chains and a treble, and I'll just carry on and I'll come back when I get back round to here. Okay, so I've done that third row now, and I've slip stitched into the top of that the chains from the row before, just to finish off that round. Okay, so what we're going to do next is into each of these spaces we're going to do 4 trebles. So 4 trebles, 4 trebles, 4 trebles. We're not going to have any chain space between them, but it's just going to fill up all of these gaps all the way round. So I'll start by slip stitching into that first space, and then chain 3 to be our first treble, and then I shall do 3 more trebles, and that will represent 4 trebles altogether. Okay, just like that. So no chain space, we're just going to do another lot of trebles into the next chain space from the row below. Like that. And I'll just continue to do that in all of the chain spaces from the row below. Okay, I'll come back when I've got back round to here. Okay, so I'm just going to do my last treble into that chain space, and then I can slip stitch into the top of that chain there to finish off the round. Okay, looking good so far. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to start doing that decorative edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to chain 3 more, and then I'm going to do a treble back into the same space that I started out in, and then I'm going to go to that where that post is there, and I'm going to do a treble in between the stitches. Okay, I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to do a treble back in that same space there. So it's kind of making its own space there. So again, where that post would be, do a treble and then chain 3, and then a treble again. So it's there's 4 trebles between each little I suppose this would be a cluster, I suppose. Is it? No, that's not a cluster, is it? I don't know. Little group, let's say. Let's get some more yarn. So there's you see, and then chain 3, do another treble in the same space. I'm going to continue round the round, but I'm going to just speed it up so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're almost to the beginning, so I just want to recap that I'm doing a treble between the stitches. So I'm not going into the stitch, I'm just going between the stitches from the row below, chaining 3, doing another treble in that same space, and then here what I do is I'm just going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from that first group that we did at the beginning and just pull that around like that. Okay, so we've done that round, and now we're going to start doing the final round, which I guess will be the I suppose it'd be petals, won't it, really? So I'm just going to do a slip stitch into that 3 chain space, which will bring us in. Look, here we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 half trebles in these 3 chain spaces, but I'm just going to do 4 on this first one, because when we get back round I'll do one more and join it together. It'll be neater if we do it that way. So I'll just chain 2, and that will represent our first half treble, and then I shall just do 3 more half trebles. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. And then in this gap here between the groups, I'm just going to do a slip stitch like that. Okay, so we're going to do 5 half trebles in the 3 chain space, I've done that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, and then just a slip stitch here, and that gives up that nice arch there. You can see that. So again, 5 half trebles in the 3 chain space from the previous round. Like that, and then a slip stitch in that gap there. Five half trebles in the 3 chain space, like that, and a slip stitch again. So you can see that edge starting to look really pretty now. So I'm going to carry on all the way around, but I'll film it so you can see it taking shape. Okay, so we're just going to do our last lot of half trebles. 2, 3, 4, 5. a slip stitch in between, and then one last half treble into that 3 chain space, and then we'll just slip stitch into the top of the 2 chains that we did to begin with, and there we go. That's the end of the doily. It is finished, so I'll just chop that end off. We'll just pull that through, put that nice and tight, and there we go. That's the doily. So you just need to sew in your 2 ends, and pull that nice and tight, and then sew it in. And of course there's nothing to stop you from doing each row a different colour, not at all. I do that quite often. And there you go, there's your little doily. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you find that useful. Have a go. I hope my instructions, my written instructions, will be any good. I'm not really used to writing instructions down, so you'll have to forgive me if they are a little bit incoherent. So hopefully the video makes perfect sense. So thank you for watching. Leave me any feedback, ask me questions, and hopefully see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.